NYSE and the NASDAQ at the same time that we're tracking U.S. major averages poised to begin the day down here. So let's see exactly where things open up. As of right now, it's looking like the Dow opens lower by, and I'm squinting to see what that number is, 1.4%. Here is the initial read that we get at the opening cross. The S&P 500, that down by about 1.3%. And the NASDAQ on your screen there, calibrating right now. That was down pre-market. The futures pointing lower. And indeed, as we get that first official trade here, down 2% right now to start the day.
But let's take a look at a lot of the action that we're seeing on an intraday basis when it comes to those larger tech names, because we are seeing a tremendous amount of selling action. You don't have to look any further than the losses that we're seeing in Meta here at the open, off nearly 15%. And that is dragging a lot of those larger cap tech names with it. We're getting Google. We are getting Microsoft after the bell here today. We're looking at 4% a loss here for Alpha.
So we had weaker than expected GDP numbers, good people. Hopefully you guys could hear me. We had weaker than expected GDP, gross domestic product. And then we had actually strong job numbers, which means that the Fed will most likely not cut interest rates at all this year. Is looking less and less likely for the Fed to cut interest rates. As we could see, the pre-markets were down. You see here, 400, look at that. Let's just go right here. Dow drops 500 points after fresh U.S. economy growth slows. Stagflation, where inflation is just stagnant. It's just hanging, you know, like a, it's too early for that. I was finna say like a, anyway. But anyway, it's stagflation. You guys use your imagination. Stagflation, inflation that is just sticky. So just sticky inflation is what's happening. And now that the job numbers came out good, all right, better than expected, because if the job numbers were showing that they were weakening, then the Fed would be more likely to cut interest rates. Then we got slowing GDP, okay, which is also not good. Good morning, everyone. And so that's what I wanted to show you guys. As we can see here, it's just not good, not good. All right. But buying opportunities. All right. So Meta, I am adding some Meta to my long positions. Let me pull this up. Let me know what you guys are buying. If you guys are buying anything, I am adding some Meta to my long positions. Okay, I forgot how to spell Meta. I got M-E-T-E. All right, so if we can look right here, let me pull this up for you guys. Sorry for the quickness. So right now, Meta is a 418, and I just bought some, I believe, at 415. And then I bought some more at 419. Okay, so I'm just buying Meta at this point. You let me know what you're doing. I'm buying for my long positions. Meta is beat down enough right now. Meta could continue to get beat down a little more this year. Mark Zuckerberg said that he spent too much on AI, and so it wasn't a good earnings for Meta, right? But let's go to my litmus test and see. Let's see. So my litmus test is, well, it just fell off a cliff. Look at that. It just fell off a cliff. In the last 5 days, not really, but you could see it literally just fell off a cliff and just tanked. But Meta is a company that I believe you want to have some of that in your portfolio long term, right? Remember, we run towards the red and we sell the green. But for my long positions, I'm buying some Meta. Let's look at what Tesla is doing this morning with this bad data. And remember, we got PCE coming out tomorrow, okay? PCE is coming out tomorrow right behind this, okay? TSLA. I'm just going to get some of you guys right at opening bell. So look at Tesla right now. Tesla's 161. That's actually holding. Remember, if you saw last night's live, we want to hold around the 160. We don't want to break below 160 on Tesla. So we're doing good. We got in really nice here at 140-ish, and 142 is where we bought last week. So we're doing good on Meta, all right? So we got Tesla, Meta. While we're at it, let's look at Apple, okay? Let's look at Apple and see what Apple is doing since we're into APL. Big tech. So if we could see right now, Apple's doing well. We had a slight fall off in the morning. Look at that, boom, and then right back up. Apple's holding strong even with this bad news. You guys see that? So this is why I start buying when bad news is priced in. I'm buying more Apple weekly, Tesla daily, and Apple daily. So I'm buying Apple daily, Tesla daily, and Meta weekly. But I did load up some this morning. I let the Patreon know that I bought some Meta at this price. So a lot of people are just looking at the swings, but you gotta remember, in your swing trading, make sure you are adding to your long-term positions. For those of you that want to know what's going on, this is what's going on. Dow drops 500 points after U.S. economy growth slows. GDP, see here, this was a few minutes ago. Dow futures dropped 400 points after downbeat U.S., 500 points. GDP reporting. So that's what's going on. Let's look at the indices. Let's go to Meta. Meta's still holding right there at 419. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell, but I'm holding in some. As you could see, look at this. Let's stack it. We got the Dow, S&P, and the NASDAQ, right? Look at that, good people. Let me blow that up for you. Okay, so we got the Dow, S&P, and the NASDAQ all down bigly. So the Dow is down over 526 points now, and the S&P 72, NASDAQ 325 on the NASDAQ. All right. Usually I would have tried to did some puts on the QQQ, but I can't trade and let you guys know what's going on and take care of the Patreon. So sometimes I can't eat to make sure the family eats. All right. Let me take one question. Let me just take one question and call it a day, because I'll probably be back with you guys today. So what's happening is we had stronger than expected jobs, okay? And then we had a GDP. The big thing that's what's happening right now is a GDP, gross domestic product. It came in weaker than expected, right? And so with earnings and everything else, if GDP is not growing and the market is overpriced, then the market is going to sell off. GDP has to, gross domestic product has to continue to grow, especially now with high interest rates. So if GDP is slowing, which it just showed that it is, that means that the Fed and strong jobs. So we have GDP growing, strong jobs, and we have what is appearing to be what's called stagflation, inflation that's sticky. So let's just call it sticky inflation. With those three things the way they are, the Fed is more likely not to start decreasing interest rates. That's what it's all about, okay? Let's see here. Hey, good morning, family, good morning. But you know what? That's great. I like that. It's only bad news if you can't buy. I'm not in the solar stock, sorry. Hey, good morning, Jersey. I'm coming to Jersey. All right, not Jersey. I'm coming to New York. Sorry, Jersey. I'm coming to New York Monday for the NASDAQ. Moo has its NASDAQ event, and I will be there. Myself, Keenan Grace, and Stocks with Josh. Let me see if I can pull that up. I'm going to leave a link to that. I will be coming to the NASDAQ for Moo. But if you guys want to attend, you have to register. Okay, we're talking about the NASDAQ. Okay, download Moomoo. It's going to be the second link below. It's going to be the first link below. All right, Moomoo is going to be the first link below, and then Stock Up You will be the second link below. Quit playing, invest in yourself, learn how to make money in the stock market and in crypto. But what we're talking about right now is Moomoo, and you can get 7 fractional shares of the Magnificent 7 with just $100 deposit, okay? And then put some extra cash in there and get what? 5.1% on your cash that just sits in the account, right? I'm gonna leave it right there, good people. Believe it or not, because I'll go on forever, and that's not gonna happen this morning, all right? Make sure you check out Moomoo. I will be appearing. I will put the link soon as this video is finished. I will leave a link to where you can register to be at the NASDAQ this coming Monday. To remember, it's a Moomoo event, and come hang out with myself, Keenan Grace, and I believe Stocks with Josh will be there too. So the 3 of us come hang out with us for a little while, all right? And we'll see what they're gonna do. Talk to you guys later. Have a blessed day. Let's look at these markets and monitor them very closely. I would not get into a call or a put if I could not monitor it today. So don't get into any options and don't monitor it minute by minute with a market like this today. Remember, PCE is coming tomorrow. If PCE is bad on top of this, there could be a further sell-off on Friday. Okay, you've been warned. We'll see you guys later. Live, love, laugh, and learn.